So I thought today I'd have a go at Derwent Water, which is just outside the centre of the town of Keswick up in the Lake District. So I'm going to start by wetting the paper all over, clean water, and then a bit of raw sienna, and then clean the brush, and then ultramarine, just brush that straight across, and then a bit more down the bottom, clean the brush again, and then I'm going to put a few little clouds in. I'm going to do that with alizarin crimson and Payne's grey. More grey than crimson, because it's just the reds, such strong colours. You only need a little bit of them, whether it's crimson or the light red that I use sometimes as well. So I'm just going to brush them in from this side, and then obviously as they get down towards the horizon, they get smaller and smaller as they disappear out of view. So next, all the colours, mix them together, and I'm going to put in these far hills. Actually going to mix a bit of light red into this as well. That's all the sky colours, a little bit of light red, and then there's a bit of land, a bit of grass, just at the bottom of these hills and mountains. I'm just dipping the tips in, the hairs are coming apart, so I'll just dip the tips in, just to bring the hairs back together. And then back to this green, lemon yellow, Payne's grey. A bit more lemon yellow, it was a bit too dark I think. Bit of raw sienna just to mix it up a bit. And the paper's stretched, so I'm just going to pull it tight. Just really fix it on this right hand side. I say stretch, it hasn't really stretched at all really. But it won't do any harm. I'm just going to re-wet. I'm just going to put some reflections in. So I'm just going to re-wet this bottom piece. Obviously I made sure it was dry. Then I'm going to go back into all these sky colours. Pull down these reflections. And then into that grassy lemon yellow, Payne's grey. And pull down the reflections of the grass as well. And with those in, I can start to do the shoreline now on on the near side, so I don't want to cover up all of this reflection, but I haven't given myself much space, have I, down here, but I'll see how I get on. So we got trees down this side. In fact, there's trees pretty much all the way along. Just looking at the lie of the land here and working my way around up there like that. Give that a quick clean, and I'm going to go raw sienna, lemon yellow, just keep alternating between the two, raw sienna, ultramarine, lemon yellow, just trying to get some variation. I should have made my horizon line up here because there was a bit more I wanted to fit in down here, and I've left myself no room, but never mind. How should I do this now? See, there's a lot of houses down there, so I want to get it in dark so I can just give them a quick, give a bit of a scrape with the card just to suggest a few buildings. So before I can scrape, I've got to make sure this is flat. I'm just going to take the card. There's a whole load of buildings down here, but just a quick way of suggesting them. If I just move out of the way like that. If I just sort of do these look like buildings? I'm not so sure, but I'll see how it looks at the end. It looks like something, but if I just put little chimneys on the odd one, and then just sort of put a few little windows. Just pick out the odd one and just, I don't know how that looks. Just pick out the odd one and try and turn it into a little building. It just gives a general impression. Because I'm going to sit here and fiddle around putting 100 buildings in. So I'm always trying to find techniques that offer the maximum effect for the minimum of effort. Not that I'm being lazy or anything, I just want to, it's just what I find fascinating, the way some artists can just transform a piece of paper in next to no time. I'm not saying this is it, but hopefully I'll get there one day. So back to the ache, and these trees, they've got a bit of red in them, so it's all the green colours, and I'm just going into the red as well. Now I'm just going to see, these houses were meant to start about up here. I've just come way too far down, but Never mind. Yeah, there's not too much more I can do now really with this. I'm just going to, what can I do? It needs a focal point. I always like to put a little boat, just a little boat on the horizon, just to give you something to look at. So all I need is a number 3 rigger, damp it, a tissue. Now this boat needs to be very small. It's very easy to put a big boat in and then you just lose all sense of scale. If I just make it tiny, just a tiny little boat. It just gives us more of a sense of scale to the whole thing. I have to make these boats too big. I just put a little reflection in. In fact, I think I'll put another one as well. I think put another one over here. A bit more pointy. And then another reflection down there. Don't go mad with the reflection, it only needs a tiny little thing, and I'm just going to put one more in. So I'm just going to work out, never put them evenly spaced out because it just looks too artificial. Try and sort of keep it random. I'll just put another one about here. Also pick the darkest if you can. Obviously it will contrast better with the white of the paper once you've took the paint off to reveal the sails. And that's the third one. That'll do. What else can I put in? Put a little bird. Little bird over here. Another one. And another one. And all that's left, just a bit of dark paint on the brush. All that's left to do then is pop your signature, and that's another one finished. I hope you like that. Keep practicing. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you again soon.